Are you dealing with a tenant who refuses to pay rent, damages your property, or ignores the rules? Problem tenants can cause serious headaches, but don't worry, we've got you covered. In this video, we'll walk you through a step-by-step action plan to handle difficult situations legally and effectively. Hi, I'm Alicia and welcome back to the channel, where we share helpful tips for landlords. Today, we're tackling one of the most stressful aspects of being a landlord, dealing with problem tenants. Whether it's unpaid rent, property damage, or breaches to the tenancy agreement, this guide will help you take the right steps to resolve the issues while staying within the law. So first, identify the issue and gather evidence. The first step in dealing with a problem tenant is to clearly identify the issue. Is it unpaid rent, antisocial behaviour, or damage to your property? Once you've pinpointed the problem, start gathering the evidence. This could include photos of the damage, copies of communication with the tenant, or a record of missed rent payments. Keep detailed records is crucial if the situation escalates to legal proceedings. Remember, always remain professional and avoid confrontational behaviour. It's important to stay calm and collected. Secondly, communicate with the tenant. Once you've identified the issue, your next step is to communicate with the tenant. Sometimes problems arise due to misunderstandings or temporary difficulties, like financial hardship. Reach out to your tenant in writing, explaining the issue and requesting a resolution. Be clear, polite, and professional. For example, if the rent is overdue, remind them of the amount owed and the due date. Keep a written record of all communication. It's essential evidence if the issue isn't resolved. Thirdly, serve the correct notice if necessary. If communication fails and the tenant doesn't resolve the issue, you may need to serve notice to regain possession of your property. The type of notice depends on the situation. So a Section 8 notice, which is used when tenants breach their tenancy agreement, such as not paying their rent or causing damage. You must specify the legal grounds for eviction under the Housing Act 1988. Section 21 notice. While this is being phased out, it can still be used in some cases to regain possession at the end of the tenancy, so check the latest legislation on the Gov website to ensure you comply with the rules. Notices must be served correctly, including using the right forms and giving the tenant the appropriate amount of notice. If you're unsure, consult a solicitor or professional letting agency for guidance. If you're finding this video helpful, subscribe to our channel for more landlord tips and legal updates. So the next thing to do is seek mediation or legal advice. If the tenant doesn't respond to your notice, consider mediation before escalating to the court. Mediation can help resolve disputes without the stress and cost of legal proceedings. If mediation isn't an option, it's time to seek legal advice. A solicitor or property law expert can guide you through the next steps, including filing for possession in court. Remember, you can only evict tenants with a court order. Illegal eviction is a criminal offence. And finally, the last point, plan for future prevention. Once the situation is resolved, take steps to prevent similar issues in the future and start by refining your tenant screening process. Check references, credit scores and employment status thoroughly. Update your tenancy agreements to include clear clauses about behaviour, rent payments and property care. Finally, conduct regular property inspections to identify and address issues early on. Being proactive will save you time, money and stress in the long run. Dealing with problem tenants is challenging, but with the right approach, you can resolve disputes legally and protect your investment. Remember, stay calm, follow the law and seek professional advice if needed. Thank you for sticking with me until the end, and don't forget to subscribe for more helpful landlord tips. If you want to continue evolving your knowledge, we do host quarterly webinars where we deep dive into essential legislation every landlord needs to know and adhere to. You can register for free through the link in the description of this video. That's all from me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.